press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello everyone, welcome to social science class. Okay, in the last period we have discussed the introductory part of the nationalism in India, and next what were the impacts of post world war. It took place between 1914 to 1918. Next, let us continue with the idea of satyagraha. What is the meaning of satyagraha? Satyagraha, which means a searching for truth. A satyagraha, it should be made for searching of truth. Satyagraha, it was proposed by Mahatma Gandhi. One of the main contribution which was given by Mahatma Gandhi, that is called as satyagraha. Let us discuss about the early life of Mahatma Gandhi. In this session, the idea of satyagraha, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. As you know, he had come from South Africa, where he had successfully fought the racial regime with a novel method of mass agitation, which he called satyagraha. The idea of satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. Okay, as you know that he had come from South Africa. Mahatma Gandhi, first we need to understand, we need to get the information about Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869, Kathiawar district of Porabandar of Kathiawar district of Gujarat. And next, in the year of he got primary education in his village, and next he had to argue behalf of the Dada Abdullah Seth Company in 1883. First in 1883 he went to basic education Porabandar. Gandhiji went to England in 1888 for law education and completing his bar of law returned to India. In 1818 avanu India ku return banda. And next later he went to Natal of South Africa, representative of Dada Abdullah Company in 1893. Mahatma Gandhi in 1893 he went to South Africa, a representative of Dada Abdullah Seth Company. ಅಂದರೆ ದಾದಾ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ಲಾ ಸೇಠ್ನ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ವಾದ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಯಿದ್ರು? ಸೌತ್ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಯಿದ್ರು 1893 ನಟಾಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ 3 months he wanted to stay in South Africa 3 months, but he stayed 20 years. He had been staying 20 long years. He opposed apartheid policy. Let us continue. Mahatma Gandhi, he went to South Africa in 1893, but Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1950. 1950 matte India ge return aada. As you know, he had come from South Africa. When did he go to South Africa? 1893. Why did he go to South Africa? In order to represent of Dada Abdullah Seth Company, but he was observing there was a discrimination which took place between racial discrimination between pale skin people and fair skin people, white skin people and black skin people. It was going on in South Africa. Gandhiji, he was really felt very bad in this situation. Idana nodi Gandhiji avarige tumba he was very disappointed for this discrimination. That's why he decided to agitation against this discrimination. ಇದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ? ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೇಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನಾಂಗೀಯ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ. There was a racial discrimination was taken place in the South Africa between pale which means black skin people, fair which means white skin people. It was called as apartheid policy. This was called as apartheid policy. It was opposed by Mahatma Gandhi. It was opposed by Mahatma Gandhiji. He had come from South Africa where he had successfully fought the racial regime or racial discrimination ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನಾಂಗೀಯ ಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ with the novel method of mass agitation. Novel method which means ಒಂದು ಕಾದಂಬರಿಕಾರಿಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ 1 year, it was not 2 years, it was not 3 years, it was about 20 years from 1890 through to 1950. It was he had been waging, he had been fighting against this racial regime with a novel method of mass agitation which he called satyagraha, it was called as satyagraha. Need for such need to search for truth, satyakage agraha, that is called as satyagraha. That is called as satyagraha. And next he invented a new tool of protest called satyagraha and formulated its do's and don'ts. Many South Africans take pride in declaring that you sent us unformed Gandhi. Africans said that you sent new unformed Gandhi. And next to Gandhi and went, we sent back the complete of Gandhi. After the completion of racial discrimination, Gandhi, he was completed. Finally, he was reshaped. Okay, I hope you have understood. Where had he come from? He had come from South Africa. Why did he go to South Africa? In order to represent of Dada Abdullah State Company. He wanted to stay only for 3 months, but he stayed 20 years. Why did he stay 20 years? He wanted to fight against the racial regime with a novel method. The idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. The idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth. What is the meaning of idea? Satyagraha, which means power of truth, need to search for truth. And next, it suggested that if the causes was true, andre idu suggest ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ suggested that if the cause was true, ಕಾರಣ ಅದೇನಾದ್ರು ಸತ್ಯ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, if the struggle was against injustice, when the cause was true, ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣ ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ, we have to struggle against the injustice. The physical force was necessary to fight the oppressor. Oppressor which means ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆಗಾರ, ಯಾರು ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. Here, when do we fight against injustice? When causes was true, ಸತ್ಯ ಇದ್ರೆ causes ಕಾರಣ. If the struggle was against injustice, then physical forces was not necessary to fight the oppressor. Without seeking vengeance or being aggressive, vengeance which means ಪ್ರತಿಕಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಯಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಸೀಕಿಂಗ್ ವೆಂಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ವೆಂಜೆನ್ಸ್ which means ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಕಾರವನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್, we don't want being aggressive, which means ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ, which means these are all the explain of satyagraha. If the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to. ನಾವೇನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. We don't need to war. We do not need to war. ವಾರಿನ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor without seeking vengeance or being aggressive. ಆಕ್ರಮಣಕಾರ ಬೇಡ. A satyagrahi could win the battle through non-violence. He gave more importance towards non-violence. Satyagraha always tell non-violence. Gandhiji also, he was telling about non-violence. It was more important in the satyagraha field. Who did not want? Mahatma Gandhi did not want being aggressive and next vengeance. A satyagrahi win the battle through non-violence ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ಅಪ್ರೆಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆಗಾರನ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಎನಿಮಿನ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನು ಗೆಲ್ಲುತ್ತಾನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಅಪೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಪ್ರೆಸರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಡನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ಅಪೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಪ್ರೆಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ. ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂಡೆಡ್ ದ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೈನ್ಸ್ People, including the oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence. Through the use of violence. People, including the oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth. Oppressors ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ had to be persuaded ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರನ್ನ ಮನವೊಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ಯಾದಕ್ಕೆ? To see the truth instead of being forced to accept truth. Instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence. People, including the oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth. ಅವರನ್ನ ಮನವೊಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬಲವಂತವಾಗಿ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ವಿ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ, ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ he needed non-violence, ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ, ಟ್ರೂತ್. he did not need, ಇವನಿಗೇನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಗೆ? ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್, ಫೋರ್ಸಬಲಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. he did not want forcibly accept. ಅದು ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಮನಸ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಪರ್ಸೂಡೆಡ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬೈ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೋಯಂಪ್. ಟ್ರೋಯಂಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಜಯ, ವಿಜಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಧರ್ಮ ಆಫ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕುಡ್ ಯುನೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ dharma which means truth, non-violence, could unite all Indians. When violence, non-violence, it was practiced in India, when non-violence it is practiced in India, there is a unity between Hindus and Muslims, Christians and Indians. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi is successful. When did he arrive in India? 1915. In 1916, he started Sabarmati Ashrama at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Mahatma Gandhi toured entire India and he was seeing the situation of India. Poor people, they were exploited by the British administration. Landlords, they exploited the Indian farmers. All the situation were seen by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Successfully organized Satyagraha movement in various places. Mahatma Gandhi started for the first time 1916 by establishing of Sabarmati Ashrama. He started the freedom movement. It was called as the era of Mahatma Gandhi from 1916 to first time 1916 he started Sabarmati Ashrama. Next, Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role in the freedom struggle movement. Justify this statement. First, what was the first ಅವನ ಮೊದಲ ಹೋರಾಟ ಯಾವುದು? What were the protests of Mahatma Gandhi? Or Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role in the freedom struggle movement. What were the initial protests of Mahatma Gandhi? First one protest which was held at Champaran in Bihar. First protest, first struggle, it was held in Champaran, Bihar. What happened with Champaran, Bihar? It was also called as Champaran movement in 1917. First, what was the first movement which was led by Mahatma Gandhi ji? Champaran movement in 1917. He travelled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. First, you can see the first para. It was also called as Champaran movement 1917. It was the first initial movement led by Mahatma Gandhi ji. 1917, Champaran in Bihar district. Our peasants, they were struggling against the plantation system. British, in order to gain the money, British, they ordered against the Indian peasants, you only grow indigo crop. Indigo crop, which means one of the dye color, it was more profitable business. They wanted to export Indian indigo from Europe. It was one of the trophic crop. It was more profitable color. Indigo anta kanadu profitable color ಆಗಿತ್ತು. All the European, all the Bihar people, they were growing food crops, but British ordered against them, you wanted to grow the indigo crop. People fed up with the administration of British, The people were calling, the people called Mahatma Gandhiji, please solve this problem. ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿಯನ್ನು ಕರೆದು ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. Mahatma Gandhiji, he came to Champaran. It was popularly known as peasant movement. Oppressive plantation system. It was struggle against the oppressive plantation system. You can see, correctly understand Champaran movement, which belonged to plantation oppressive peasant movement, about against the oppressive plantation system. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು? Why was Champaran movement led by Mahatma Gandhi or taken place in Champaran, Bihar? Because the peasant to struggle against the oppressor plantation system. This is the first 1917 ಚಂಪಾರಣ್ಯ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಇಂಡಿಗೋ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಯಾರು, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. they had to export from India. It had to be exported from India to England by the British. That's why they pressurized ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒತ್ತಡ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಇಂಡಿಯಾವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ದೇ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ಡು ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ finally succeeded won this movement. This was the first, it was the inspire of other movement. ಇದನ್ನ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅದರ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದೆನ್ 1917 ಈ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದ ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೇಡಾ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಜರಾತ್. Here India map, in this side Bihar, next here this side Gujarat, in the coastal area of Gujarat. Peasants of Kheda district of Gujarat are affected by crop failure and plague epidemic. The peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and were demanding that revenue collection be relaxed. Okay, this is the second movement. What was the second movement? It was popularly known as Kheda movement. First movement, Champaran movement in 1917. Explain the Champaran movement. 1917 he traveled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasant to struggle against oppressive plantation system. Second one movement, it was also called as Kheda movement because it was being taken place in Kheda district of Gujarat. The 1917 second, why was it happened? Because affected by crop failure. Due to the drought affected crop failure of crop and plague epidemic. The British order against the peasant of Gujarat, you have to pay the tax, because they could not able to pay the tax due to the affected by crop failure in the and plague epidemic. It was one of the virus plague. Now we can see the coronavirus, and coronavirus too, it was also entered in India. Like this, plague also one of the epidemic. It was started from 1917, ended in 1920. Here 100 years back there was a plague virus. This epidemic, the people were also struggled to pay the land tax. Our peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and were demanding that revenue collected be relaxed. They wanted to collection be relaxed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? Why could they unable to pay tax? Affected by crop failure and plague epidemics. These were two reasons they unable to pay tax. They were unable to pay tax to government. ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? Because affected by crop failure and plague epidemic. And next, our peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and they were demanding that revenue collection be relaxed. But finally, Mahatma Gandhiji went to 1918 Ahmad to organize Satyagraha movement among the cotton mill workers. Okay, this is second movement. The first Champaran movement, it was also called as peasant movement. Finally, fasting. Mahatma Gandhiji was fasting ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಪವಾಸ ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ. Finally, the peasant of Kheda, they were being relaxed by the government to pay the tax. ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆದರು. Second, it was also succeeded by Mahatma Gandhi. Second movement. First movement Champaran movement, second movement Kheda movement. Next 1918. Let us continue with 1918. Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmedabad to organize Satyagraha movement amongst cotton mill workers. This is one of the worker movement. These are two farmers movement, peasants movements. These was workers movement. Third one is Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmad. It was also taking place in Gujarat. Ahmedabad to organize Satyagraha movement amongst cotton mill workers. Cotton mill workers, they wanted extra bonus and also they wanted to increase their salary. Cotton mill work, the owner of cotton mill work, but he refused, the cotton mill worker, he refused the increase of tax. But Gandhiji went to Ahmedabad to organize Satyagraha movement among his cotton mill workers. In this three movements, finally he was succeeded in the cotton mill work of Ahmedabad cotton mill work. First one is Champaran movement, Mahatma Gandhi succeeded. Second one is Kheda movement, Mahatma Gandhi succeeded. Third one is Mahatma Gandhi was succeeded. Third one is cotton mill worker of Ahmedabad. It was also Mahatma Gandhi was succeeded. In these three movements, Mahatma Gandhiji succeeded in these movements. He became more famous and powerful person, and also he was one of the great freedom fighter in the history of India. And next to Rowlatt Act. Next to here you can see these three movements. What were the initial protests were led by Mahatma Gandhi? Just Champaran movement. You have to write Champaran movement, just explain it. Second, Kheda movement, you just explain it. Third one is cotton mill workers of Ahmad, you just explain it. Next, Rowlatt Act. One question, main question, it was applied question. How Indians were outraged by Rowlatt Act? Rowlatt Act ಇಂದ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೋಪಗೊಂಡರು? Emboldened with this success, ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ emboldened which means ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾದ ನಂತರ, emboldened which means ಧೈರ್ಯಶಾಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಇಂದ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ in 1919 decided to launch a nationwide satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act. This act has been hurriedly passed through the Imperial Legislative Council despite the united opposition of Indian members. This act, which act? Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt, he was the president of this act. Rowlatt as a person, he was the president of this act. This was one of the act, it was proposed by British government in England. England alli enayitu idu pass aitu. This act hurriedly which means avasaravasaagi idನ್ನು pass ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Through the Imperial Legislative Council of England. Imperial Legislative Council ಅಲ್ಲಿ hurriedly ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. Despite the united opposition of Indian members. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Why did they oppose? Because this Rowlatt Act snatched the rights of nationalists of Indians. Indians ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ರೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ without any warning, without any investigations. According to this law, Rowlatt Act, according to 1919 Rowlatt Act, it was very famous in the history of India. According to this act, without any investing, without any warning, the British government, they could arrest any Indian nationalist. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾಯಿತು? ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಡಿಸ್ಪೈಟ್ ದ ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ 1919 without any warning, any investing, they could arrest the Indian people. Mahatma Gandhiji angered this act, against this act, decided to launch nationwide satyagraha to propose the Rowlatt Act. Why did Mahatma Gandhi decide to launch nationwide satyagraha? Because against the proposal of Rowlatt Act. What was Rowlatt Act? This one of the act had been hurriedly passed through the Imperial Legislative despite the united, ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕೆ? 1 marks 2 marks question. Rowlatt Act, why Indians were outraged by Rowlatt Act? ಯಾಕೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಗೆ? First point is, it gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities of India. ಇದು ಎನರಮಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Rowlatt Act gave the government enormous powers to repress the political activities of India. All the revolutionaries, Mahatma Gandhi and his leaders, those whoever ಯಾರಾದ್ರಾಗಿರಲಿ, if they struggle against the government, they would be arrested by the British government. Enormous power without investing, without warning, they were arrested by government of British. Okay na? The first point is why the Indians were outraged by Rowlatt Act. It gave the government, ಯಾಕೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಗೆದು? Because Rowlatt Act gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities. Second one is it allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. ಯಾವುದೇ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಡಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇಂಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಬಂಧಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಆಫ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಸನರ್ಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 years. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ 2 years ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Why Indians were outraged by Regulating Act? Point number 1, it gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities and it allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Mahatma Gandhi, non-violence, civil disobedience against such unjust laws. Mahatma Gandhi ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? Non-violence, that was also popularly known as non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, which means 1929. It was also called as Salt Satyagraha. Such unjust laws which would start with the Hartal on 6th April. Mahatma Gandhi ji, non-violent, he also believed that non-violence, civil disobedience, Nagarikara, civil disobedience against unjust laws, which was called as unjust laws, Rowlatt Act, which ever started ಆಯಿತು on 6th April ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೌಲತ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಏನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? ರ್ಯಾಲೀಸ್ ವರ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಸಿಟೀಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ರ್ಯಾಲೀಸ್ಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ವು, ವರ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಸಿಟೀಸ್. ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಇನ್ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ಸ್. ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ದೇ ರೆಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್. The railways workers, they refused to their work. ಅವರ ವರ್ಕ್ ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ರೆಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಇನ್ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಶಾಪ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಡೌನ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಪ್ಗಳು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆದವು. ಅಲ್ರಾಮ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಪ್ಸರ್ಜ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಉಲ್ಬಣ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಲ್ರಾಮ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಪ್ಸರ್ಜ್ and scared that lies in the communication such as the railway and telegraph would be disrupted, the British administration decided to clamp down the nationalists. Alarmed by the popular upsurge, workers went on strike on railways workshop, the workshops closed down. ಇದು ಅಲಾರಾಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ಒಂದು ಭೀತಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಪ್ಸರ್ಜ್, ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್, ಇದರಿಂದ ಭಯಭೀತರಿಂದ. ಏನು ಭಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ? ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸಚ್ ದ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್. ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ತಗೋಬೋದಾಯ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ನಂಬರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್, ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್, those are very important for British. Why? Because for sending message from one place to another place. But they felt that British, the railways and telegraph would be disrupted. That's why the British administration decided to clamp down on nationalists. Clamp down ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರನ್ನ ಹಿಡಿಯೋಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. So many leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Two important people. One is Satyapal and Saifuddin Kichlu. Satyapal and Saifuddin Kichlu, leaders picked up from Amritsar, and Mahatma Gandhi ji was buried from entering Delhi. Anna Mahatma Gandhi barake ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿದ್ರು. And next let us go to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It was one of the most important, famous, it was an annual in the history of India because so many freedom fighters, they lost their life in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. They were shot dead by the British officer General Dyer. It was one of the heinous in the activity of British So many Indian freedom fighters, so many Indian freedom fighters, they were killed by the General Dyer. Let us continue. Let us discuss about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. On 10th April, a police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office, and railway stations. Martial law was imposed on General Dyer took place. Command. On 23rd April, the famous Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. On that day, a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Some came to protest against the government's new repressive measures. Okay, all the people, they opposed this Rowlatt Act. Why did they oppose? Angadre yaake oppose ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? It gave government enormous powers to repress political activities. It allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. All their rallies were organized. Workers went on strike in railways workshop. Shops closed down. This incident, it was going on in Punjab. 10th April, two famous leaders were arrested by the British, Satyapal and Saifuddin Kilch. The people opposed this decision taken by the British. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಜನ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 10th ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ಗೆ ಅಮೃತ್ಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಹೋರಾಟವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Fired in this peaceful procession, fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ಸತ್ಯಪಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೈಫುದ್ದೀನ್ ಕಿಲ್ಚ್ ವರ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಆಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. ದೇ ವರ್ ಫೈರ್ಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್, provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office and railway stations were finished by the Indians. Next, ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೇನಾದ್ರು the British imposed martial law. The British imposed martial law. Who imposed martial law? British. Martial, which means curfew ಅನ್ನ ಜಾರಿ ತಂದ್ರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because why did they impose martial law? Because provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office and railway stations. In order to control of this situation, martial law was imposed in the Jallianwala Bagh. It was taken by command of General Dyer. General Dyer ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ? took command. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಲಾಗೆ. And next, after 3 days, next 3 ದಿನ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? What happened? On 3rd April, we have to remember again and again, very often, frequently we remember this day. It was one of the most important day in the history of India. 13th April, the infamous Jallianwala Bagh. It was also called as Jallianwala Bagh. It was another popular place in the history of India. Incident took place. When was Jallianwala Bagh incident took place? A, on 12th April, B, on 13th April, on 13th May, 13th February. ಎಂದಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದು on 13th April. You have to remember. Next, in famous Jallianwala Bagh incident took place on that day. A large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. That is one of the enclosed ground, small ground. Number of people who gathered in this area. Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. Infamous, which means ಸುತ್ತುವರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಕುಖ್ಯಾತ. Infamous, which means ಕುಖ್ಯಾತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. Infamous Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. On that day, large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Large crowds enclosed, ಇದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ some came to protest against the government new repressive measures. So many people came to protest. Why did they come? Point number 1, why did a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh? First, came to protest against the new government new repressive measures. And next one is, others had to come attend the annual Baisakhi fair. It was one of the traditional fair of West Bengal. It was one of the traditional fair of Punjab. Others, they had to come attend the annual Baisakini fair. Some they were walking. It was one of the non-violence method. It was going very non-violence. Tumba non-violence ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Some they were protesting against the new law. Some they were celebrating Baisakini fair. Being from outside city, many villagers were unaware of the martial law. They did not know about they did not aware the martial law that had been imposed. Many villagers were unaware. Outside of the city, villagers unaware of the martial law that had been imposed by the British. Dyer entered the area. Blocked the exit points. General Dyer, he was the commander of martial law. Just explain the Jallianwala Bagh, 3 or 4 marks question. ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ? Here you can see martial law was imposed. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸಾರಿ ಆನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆನ್ 10th April ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈಸಾಕಿನಿ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. The outside of city, many villagers unaware of martial law that had been imposed. Dyer entered this area, blocked the exit points and opened fire on the crowd. ಆ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಓಪನ್ ಟಕ 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 ಅಂತ ಓಪನ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ರೌಡ್. Exit points, blocked the exit points and opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds of people. So many people were killed by the British fire. His object, whose object? General Dyer object, as he declared later, was to produce a moral effect on the Indians. This is one of the famous incident which took place in the history of India. It was popularly known as Jallianwala Bagh massacre on 13 April 1919. What was the main aim of General Dyer? Produce a moral effect to create in the minds of Satyagrahis feeling of terror and away. ಇನ್ನೆಂದೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ತಿರುಗಿ ಬೀಳಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು? ಜನರಲ್ ಡಯರ್ produced a moral effect to create in the minds of Satyagrahis a feeling of terror and away. ಅವರ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ, ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹಸ್ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಟೆರರ್, ಭಯಾನಕ, ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಭಯವನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಆಫ್ Jallianwala Bagh. What was the explain of Jallianwala Bagh? On 10th April, the police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office and railway station. Martial law was imposed. It was commanded by General Dyer. On 13 April, the famous Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. On that, a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. So many people were rubbing their nose, and some came to protest the government new repressive measures. Others had to come attend the annual Baisakini fair. Being from the outside city, many villages were unaware of the martial law that had been imposed. Dyer entered the area, blocked the exit points, opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds of people. This was the explain of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So many people, they were climbed up the wall, small blocked exit points it was blocked by commander of Dyer. He ordered, fired against the soldiers, fired against the protesters. Soldiers, they fired against the protesters. Hundreds of people, they were killed. This is the famous massacre. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಬಾವಿಗೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ. The people climbed up the wall. ಓಡಾಗ್ತದ್ದು. They were running. Some they were sleeping. ಅಡ್ಡ ಬಿದ್ರು, ಕೆಲವರು ಎದ್ರು ಓಡಿದ್ರು, ಕೆಲವರು ತುಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕು ಸತ್ತರು. ಬಾವಿಲಿ ಬಿದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಉಳಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೂ ಬೀಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಜನರಲ್ ಡಯರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ. ಸುಮಾರು ಸುತ್ತುಗಳ ಗುಂಡುಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. So many people were died in this battle. Next one is, as the news of Jallianwala Bagh spread, crowd took the streets of many North Indian towns. ಯಾವಾಗ Jallianwala Bagh massacre ನಡೀತು, crowds took place in the many North Indians. There were strikes ನಡೆದು, clash with the police and attack on the government buildings. The government responded with brutal repression. This is one of the brutal repression. ಭಯಾನಕ ಕೃತ್ಯ. So many people were died in human way, seeking to humiliate and terrorize people. Satyagrahis were forced to rub their nose. After the martial law. After this incident, the government imposed seeking to humiliate ಈ ಮಾನವೀಯ ಕೃತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸತ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆರರೈಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಯಾನಕವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿದರು. ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ರಬ್ ದೇರ್ ನೋಸ್, ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ತನ್ನ ಮೂಗುಗಳನ್ನು ಆನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಉಜ್ಜುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಯಾರನ್ನ? ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ರಬ್ ದೇರ್ ನೋಸ್, were forced to rub their nose on the ground, travel on the streets, ಅಂಬೆಗಾಲಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂದರೆ ತೆವಳಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ಜನಗಳು ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಸಲಾಮ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಸಾಹಿಬ್ಸ್. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್? ದೇ ಮೇಡ್ ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ರಬ್ ದೇರ್ ನೋಸ್, ವರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮೂಗಳನ್ನು ಉಜ್ಜುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಸಲಾಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಾಯಿಸ್. ಪೀಪಲ್ ವರ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ವರ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ, ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಡ್ ಗುಜ್ರಾನ್ವಾಲಾ ಇನ್ ಪಂಜಾಬ್, ನೋ ಇನ್ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ್ ವರ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ಡ್, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ವಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್, ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಈ ಮೂಮೆಂಟನ್ನು? ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ರೌಲತ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಜಿಟೇಷನ್. ಈ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರೌಲತ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್. Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement. This movement was called off by Mahatma Gandhi. Next to Khilafat movement. While Rowlatt Satyagraha had been widespread movement, it was still limited mostly to the cities and towns. Ella kadiga hardtu, but it was still limited mostly cities and towns. But it did not go to the villages. Mahatma Gandhi felt need to launch a more broad-based movement in India. He thought we have to extend this movement to all the villages ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಥಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ he was certain that so much movement could be organized without bringing Hindus and Muslims closer together. ಇವನಿಗೆ ಏನು? so much movement, no much such movement. He was certain that no such movement could be organized without bringing the Hindus and Muslims close together. Without Hindu and Muslims we can't do anything. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ 1918 ಏನಾಯಿತು? ದೇ ಬ್ರೋಕ್ ಔಟ್, ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಂತೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ದ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡು ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ known as ಖಿಲಾಫತ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹೆಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. ನಾನ್ ಕೋಪರೇಷನ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹೆಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ us discuss about the ಖಿಲಾಫತ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. As the ambitious of Mahatma Gandhi, Khilafat movement started. How was it started? On way doing this, he felt was to take up the Khilafat issue. Next to ಈಗ Khilafat issue. The first world war had ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey. Turkey is one of the country. It was behalf of the ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪವರ್ ಕಡೆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಯಾರು? ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್, ರಷ್ಯಾ. Ottoman Turkey was defeated by triple alliance power. The first world war had ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey. And there were rumors that harsh peace treaty was going to be imposed on the Ottoman Empire, the spiritual head of the Islamic world. Khalifa, he was the head of Muslim community. He was the head of Ottoman Turkey. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಂಬಿದ್ರು ಖಲೀಫನನ್ನು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಖಲೀಫರ ಮೇಲೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಖಲೀಫಾ ಒಂದು ರೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ರೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅದು ಆಯಿತು. ಏನದು? ಹರ್ಷ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇಂಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಒಟೋಮನ್ ಎಂಪೈರ್. ಒಟೋಮನ್ ಎಂಪೈರ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವಾರ್. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ಈ ವಾಸ್ ಡೆಥ್ರೋನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. ಇವನನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಿಳಿಸಿದ್ರು ಖಲೀಫನ್ಗೆ. ಖಲೀಫಾ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ spiritual leader of head of the Islamic world. What was the reason for Khilafat movement taken place in India? The reason is harsh peace treaty was going to be imposed on the Ottoman Empire, the spiritual head of the Islamic world, the Khalifa. It was affected on Europe. It was taken place in Europe, but affected on India. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮರಿಗೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನ್ಯಾಯದಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಲಾಂ ಖಲೀಫನನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಿಳಿಸಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದ್ರ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಡ್ ಬೈ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್, ದ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಟು ಡಿಫೆಂಡ್ ದ ಖಲೀಫಾಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರ್, temporal powers, a Khalifa committee was formed in Bombay in March 1990. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 1990 ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆ ಯಂಗ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್, ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ದ ಖಿಲಾಫತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಆ ಯಂಗ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ generation of Muslim leaders like Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, those two brothers, they started Khilafat movement, began discussing with Mahatma Gandhi, saw it as an opportunity to bring with Muslims under the umbrella of unified national movement. Those who started Khilafat movement, brothers of Muslim leaders Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, began discussing with Mahatma Gandhi ji. We should let us together with the freedom movement. ನಾವು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ವಿಚ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ? ಇದು ಹಿಂದೂ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮರು ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಅಂಡ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲಾ ಯೂನಿಫೈಡ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲಾ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಟ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಕತ್ತಾ ಸೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 1920, he convinced other leaders of the Kolkata session 1920, convinced other leaders of the need to start non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as Swaraj. Okay, Kolkata session 1920 alaitu, convinced other leaders, Mahatma Gandhi convinced other leaders need to start non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat movement as well as for Swaraj. Here you can understand non-cooperation movement, it was headed by Mahatma Gandhi ji behalf of Hindu community. Khilafat movement, it was headed by Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali behalf of Muslim community. The first one is Khilafat movement, next to non-cooperation movement. They were going very parallel. For ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ವರಾಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಂತ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ನಮ್ಮದೇ ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇದು ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಖಿಲಾಫತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಕೋಪರೇಷನ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಕೋಪರೇಷನ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟುಡೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ Mahatma Gandhi. When did he come to India? What were the initial protests of Mahatma Gandhi? And next, why were Indians outraged by Roltak? Next, we have discussed the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And next, we have discussed the Khilafat movement. Next, let us continue with, in the next period, we shall discuss the non-cooperation movement. It was headed by Muslim Hindu community. Two difference: Khilafat headed by Muslim community, non-cooperation was headed by Hindu community. It was led by Mahatma Gandhi. It was led by Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. Okay, I hope you have understood. Thank you.